Hey, it's Tony Zazza. Welcome back to my kitchen for another Foodie Fridays Saturday morning edition. You're probably wondering, why did we have to wait until Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern to see the Foodie Fridays video? Well, there's a very good reason behind it. I wanted to cook with something so bad, but it wasn't going to be released until just moments ago. You know how much I love WASSI'S Meat Market. They're located in Melbourne along the Space Coast in Florida, but they've also started to expand with their own line of rubs and seasonings. I've already introduced to you their classic steak, which is phenomenal, and this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, they released their second in their line, and I am happy to introduce to you WASSI'S Sweet and Smoky Ribs, Rub, and Seasoning. Look at that. This is redonkulous. It is all that and then some. So what I thought we would do, oh my gosh, we can't get this cooked quick enough. What I thought we would do, I love beer can chicken. Now, obviously this is going to be incredible on ribs, but I am craving a beer can chicken. I just want to show you the diversity of WASSI'S rubs and seasonings. So we're going to do a beer can chicken with WASSI'S Sweet and Smoky Ribs, Rub, and Seasoning, and we are going to pair it with a Boulevard Brewing Company Tropical Pale Ale. This is going to be super incredible. You're going to love it. It's going to be done rather quickly. It only takes about an hour and a half or so on the Big Green Egg. 350 degrees, indirect heat. That's what you want to get the egg up to. In the meantime, you can grab these online at wassismeatmarket.com, or if you live along the Space Coast, you probably should be heading to WASSI'S right now if it's Saturday, August 19th, because they are having a huge launch party, giving away a ton of stuff. Am I allowed to mention it? I'm going to mention it anyway. They're giving away a Yeti Tundra 45 Seafoam cooler. You can't even buy them anymore. It's a $350 value. They've got an incredible Shun Cutlery barbecue knife set, a $500 value, and you can pick these up as well. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. Without further ado, let's get to work with WASSI'S Sweet and Smoky Ribs, Rub, and Seasoning on our beer can chicken. So let's take a look at the ingredients in just a second. I'm going to introduce you to that beautiful whole chicken that we are going to be rubbing and then doing the beer can chicken with. But the star of the show today really is WASSI'S new Sweet and Smoky Ribs, Rub, and Seasoning, and this is what we're going to be rubbing it with. We're also going to make a base to go along with it so that we can baste it as it goes through to keep it nice and juicy. And we're going to do it with a Boulevard Brewing Company Tropical Pale Ale. It's one of my favorites. Their beers are phenomenal. But if you love something crisp and light and refreshing for summertime. So the base is going to be a half cup of apple cider vinegar, 3 ounces of your beer, which is about a quarter of your beer, and then a tablespoon of balsamic and a tablespoon of olive oil. I forgot the olive oil. So again, half cup, 3 ounces, 1 tablespoon into a spray bottle. I'm gonna get that mixed up here, and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with the chicken and the rub, and then we'll bring it all together, getting the egg heated up to 350 degrees indirect heat, and we'll have this bird on cooking in just a bit. All right, so here it is. This is our beautiful chicken from WASSI'S Meat Market that we're gonna be doing with brand new WASSI'S Sweet and Smoky Ribs, Rub, and Seasoning. So when you do a beer can chicken, you really want to get that rub on there and get it nice and worked in all over, because we're gonna baste it again as we go. So this is gonna be incredible. You wanna get behind the wings. We're even, Jet, get away. My, Jet, go. My dog's trying to get what's fallen. He's like, why don't you ever make that stuff for us? All right. You're gonna have a lot left over right there. Just gonna keep working this in. And then inside the cavity, just a tad. So when that beer evaporates up in it, it's gonna be perfect. All right, I'll get the rest of that. And then after you get it all nice and rubbed, because I ran out of rub, so I'm gonna get some more here after I take my gloves off. You're gonna put it in a pan of whatever you want, cover it in foil, and let it sit at room temperature for 30 minutes. That's the key. You want this meat to cool down, so when we put it on the egg, it starts cooking immediately, so it's a quicker cook. Again, 30 minutes, room temp, it's gonna be okay, and then it goes on the egg. All right, so this has been sitting out for about 30 minutes. The egg is fired up and ready to go. We'll go ahead and put the bird on, and then we'll touch this up once we get it out on the grill if we need to do so for the seasonings. Just right over the top, and then push that bad boy down. Just like that. And back into this. I just opened it up. We're close to 350. It'll creep back up, but let's go ahead and get a little more rub in some of these areas. And I think she's ready to go. This thing's gonna be delicious. In you go, birdie. So we're gonna baste it about every 20 minutes. And then for about the first 40 minutes, so twice in the first 40 minutes, and then we'll back off a little bit as it starts to brown and crisp up. We'll check back in here in a few. All right, oh, it's looking good. We're gonna keep basting, turning, about every 20 minutes or so. Still got about 40 minutes left. I'll rotate this and put this towards the front now. Close it back up. Oh, look at that beauty. It's ready to come off. We're gonna take it off and let it sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll start to carve it up. Look at that. That is beautiful, and it smells incredible. So we'll let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then it's eating time. So now the real test. Let's go ahead and take a look. See how this breast turned out. Oh, this is super tender. Oh yeah, this is gonna be beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. Gorgeous. Now to taste it. The moment of truth. I cut it up already so I didn't have to mess with it. I'm gonna take a little piece right here with skin, because that's where all the rub is. This is unbelievable. Wow. It is so tender and so juicy. The flavors from WASSI'S new rub, insane. Get it online if you don't live in Florida, in Melbourne, along the Space Coast. WASSI'smeatmarket.com. This is to die for. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being patient. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you would be so kind to subscribe to the channel, that way you get the latest when it comes to our videos. And yeah, comment down below. I think they're hungry too. Or they see somebody that, yeah, really they're hungry. They've smelled this for like the last hours I've been cooking it on the egg, so they're ready to go. Leave comments if you want me to cook something specific on the Big Green 80. I'd be happy to do it, but WASSI'S, you did it again. Congratulations.